got bipolarism, manic depressions, and a bunch of other stuff. That many of these, if one understands the root of the modes, can see that definitely they all have a spiritual and physical input into it. So if the physicality is down, the spirituality can co-op and compensate. If my car is not very good, if the driver is good, he can calm down and fix the car himself a little bit and make it to work. By being a good driver, you can make a bad car to work better. But if you do not know that these modes, chronicle moods, persisting moods in you, afflicting you, they do not have a root in a spiritual realm, then you're done. If you're doing willpowers in your brain, gosh, your mom and dad did not give you good genes to have a good brain, you're weak, and then these things will not be solved. I've dealt with it for more than 15 years, and I saw there's problem definitely in the brain, in the genes, but I knew that man is not just the body, it's also soul. Therefore, the soul doesn't get sick. It does, but it's very easy to fix it. Its food is kindness and love and attention. You do it, driver feels better. It can make the body to feel a lot better. Haven't you seen some of the handicapped people? They do a magnificent job. Let's talk about Terry Fox. The man's handicapped. Look at the power he's exerting by his will to compensate for that none of us can match it. So there are many of those people in our life we've seen. Once I remember in India, this guy, there was a printer with no legs, and the bottom of his body was a kind of a leather that was connected to it. He was just sitting up, like, with these two hands, just like a monkey, better than a man. He would actually climb with the hand, goes over the top of the shelf, bring everything in. He had a printing shop. I said, my God, is this a handicap, or we are having too many, hands and legs? Sometimes it seems that way. Having too much can handicap you. Why? Because the balance is not there. The moment the balance goes away, you are handicapped. That's the real meaning of handicap. The balance is gone. So, the mood. I'm going to use my glass. I've written this in a little smaller. So, we're classifying. One of the mood they say is, a glad mood. We feel glad sometimes, delightful or something. I could accept that would be a mood. Strength, definitely, if you eat good food or good sleep, the feeling of a strength is in you, and that can encourage, your doing something. The feeling of awe and surprise is definitely a mood. We can feel awed, surprised or shocked by certain things that we, out of the instinctive desire, as I said, or something that we're fed spiritually. Feeling assured, feeling humorous, feeling lost, sex. You don't need it, but it just comes onto you because you just saw, something. Or feeling relieved, satisfied, feeling curious. Anger, famous, mood. But again, anger, it's not just a mood, it's also an emotion. It actually a quality, it's a spiritual quality to be angry. Abdul clearly says that, and I'll explain that to you, how it could be turned. Depression, agitation, whining, feeling homesick, feeling worried, frustrated, violence. It's a mood that it's comes from, as I said, being upset, then it matches, adds the strength to the upsetness, makes you angry. Now you have the strength and the courage Out of this anger, you're going to become violent if you can't solve the problem. Feeling lonely, that makes us sometimes feel lonely. Instinctive desire can do that, or create panic in us, anxiety and fear. Grouchy, that's a feeling, a mood that you can fall into. Or feeling pleasant, relaxed, feeling sleepy, feeling annoyed, agonized, feeling bored, feeling disappointed, doubtful, harassed sometimes, or feeling jumpy, remorseful, shameful, feeling shocked, tired, cautious, cranky mood. These are moods I just said for you. None of it is written on the stone. You please go have your own dictionary if you like. Find out what are the classification of moods for you or for all of us. By no stretch of imagination I'm trying to classify these things, or in my opinion they could be classified. It's a wrong way to put words for the spiritual thing and say, okay, these are taxonomy of the feelings, taxonomy of the moods. Some people want to do that. I disagree with that. They're not about bad or good. Once Einstein said space-time is relative, as Abdul Baha says, told you before, spiritual realm is just like the physical realm. Therefore, in the spiritual realm, things are relative too. It's relative. You know, anger relatively could be wrong, bad relatively could be good. So, which way they go is up to us. A mood, though, it always has this warning. As a warning, comes with the moods. As I said, when you're feeling angry or violent or depressed or whatever, as a result of not having enough food, or anything which is the combinations of these instinctive desires. Haven't slept, also didn't have food, and now you're agitated because you have to do something else on the top. You have to use bathroom too, or you will be seriously in a bad mood if you have all these things attacking you at the same time in the combinations. So, back to the topic again, we somehow have to ordinate or balance ourselves out by having a good performance on the instinctive desires, which are 4, I said, to have good moods in the life. But just like Einstein says that you can never get a matter to go to the speed of light to turn complete in energy, no matter can speed out to 300,000 kilometers per second or completely get converted to the matter. There's no way that anybody can come down into me and say I have a 100% all my instinctive desires are 100% performed. No such thing. Even Baha'u'llah a lot of time falls into the mood. He says that. He talks about distress. He does. He talks about loneliness. Even he does. Because he's kept in jail, because, those conditions that was there causes those things for anyone. But we have to create some kind of a balance, It's like you spend something and you get something out, it's back and forth if we do it. But in the next topic, this was just kind of introduction of what I'm trying to say about these classifications of the moods and emotions and what I meant. We're getting into the spiritual realm, metaphysics, subjective. I will be talking about anger, depression, stress, violence, and fear. These are the 5 items that I think we deal every day with it. We wonder where this anger comes from and what do we do about it. And what do we do about this depression that we feel at the older age, or a stress when we're really seriously overworked, or underworked when we're distressed, and violence that can, fall upon us, or fear that's every day we deal with it. So I'll be talking about this topic hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to take on the anger and see what could we do with that, since I've seen that a lot of time. I've witnessed that. how bad, by drinking alcohol, for example, the person's, how his anger comes right out, the anger that he was totally under control, it comes out and causes problem for him and for others. Very well, it sounded like a boring topic. This is one of the topics that I have not spoken a lot of time to people. I know it instinctively, it's in me, in a sort of instinctively, pre-programmed. My spirituality is like a road that I've gone and I've seen it all, but I have to go back to the files and sometimes bring up the file back from my soul to find out what they are and detecting and analyzing it. This talk was prepared only just in the last day or two. By no means is my final say on this, or no one should take this when I'm dead, oh, because he's dead now, he's a hero and he was such a great man. No way. No way, hell, that is true. Others, they can come and fix this up and prove on it and definitely correct it. And humanity as a whole is glorious and is great. No single man is anybody. It's just a part of the whole. If the whole humanity is going forward, then I can say that yes, I feel success. But me, one cell in the body, if I feel anything, what about the rest? If I'm good, why others are feeling bad? Why can't I fix them up? And if I can't, that means I don't know. That means there are deficiencies. Here, I'm just as a philosopher trying to reconstruct Baha'i faith and come up and say what these things are. In my view, in my chair, when I look at the drama of the nature and God and humanity, that's how it looks on my chair. You find your own chair, I'll put your glass on, and draw the angle to the truth the way you see it. See you next time. May God and Baha'u'llah be with you. Thank you.